What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I want you to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos, okay? Now, this weekend, for the most part, everybody was disappointed. They were disappointed in the NBA All-Star game itself. They were also disappointed in the slam dunk contest, to say the least, which is mainly what people are anticipating when it comes to the All-Star weekend and the festivities. And, there are a few that are into the three-point contest too as well. Let me say this right here, okay? Now, when it comes to the All-Star weekend, we got to be real, and we gotta say this right here. I think that there were more people anticipating this matchup right here more than anything because of the risk that was involved, okay? Let me say this before I get started. I want to give a congratulations to both Steph Curry and Sabrina. I can't pronounce her last name, Anusu, whatever. I want to congratulate both of them for the show that they put on, and more importantly, I want to congratulate Sabrina for coming out there and setting the tone, or at least trying to set the tone early, okay, with that 26. But Steph Curry is in this game for a reason. He's a future Hall of Famer for a reason. He's an all-time three-point leader for a reason. He's a four-time champion for a reason. And he has of course, he has a case because some people feel differently, but for others, they feel this way. He has a case for being the best shooter in history. Okay. So, having said all of that, Steph Curry wasn't going to let that happen. Okay. I often kind of like to look at, Mayweather, when he was fighting, and some other boxers too. You know how when they carry a fight, and then that's when they go ahead and flex their muscle, if you will, and go ahead and take care of the fight. But they try to control it as much as they can and dictate the pace and carry it as much as they can to give that entertainment value, right? And one could argue that's what Steph Curry was doing. I think that Steph Curry, what he was doing was pretty much trying to give people a show, but then go ahead and let people know that there's levels to this. Now, I'm going to be clear. This doesn't take anything away from females, because as you know, if you watch my channel, I'm a big advocate for the WNBA getting more love, getting more props, and women's sports in general, especially when we talk about college basketball and things of that nature. Okay. However, we know a lot of people were disappointed in this instance. The first thing is that the obvious was the gender. Okay, there were a lot of feminists that were definitely disappointed, because what they wanted to do is they wanted to say that they were able to be on the same level as a man when it comes to professional sports, and be able to compete at the same level and everything, and then they wanted to use this as their ammunition, just to say, hey, I told you so, things of that nature, regardless of if it was just an all-star, a silly old three-point contest. Okay, regardless. The second thing is, of course, some people are going to try to throw the whole skin pigmentation in there and everything, but I'm beyond that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody can do that if they want to. If we're going to go ahead and use that type of logic, then, one of the biggest obvious ones is when we talk about, Matt McClure, and then even then, you got to bring up guys like, Brent Berry and, other guys that, are able to do the same thing as, another race and everything. I never looked at it from that perspective, though. And then, of course, man, let's go ahead and talk about legacy. Man, they wanted Steph Curry to lose so bad, just so that they could say, okay, well, he'll never go down as one of the greatest shooters. He'll never be able to be looked at as, the all-time three-point leader because, a woman was able to come in there and defeat him in a three-point contest. Well, Steph Curry has lost before in the three-point contest, okay? And you win some, you lose some, and you live to actually shoot another day. But at the same token, I don't think that Steph Curry would have been tripping on it. But the people that would have been tripping on it are the people that would have been trying to hold his legacy, which I think is very stupid, in high regard and all this other stuff, is these stupid, delusional fanatics out there, not realizing that Steph Curry has reached a level and a pinnacle at the top of his game to where he could do pretty much anything, that he wants to. Okay, we're talking about a 4-time champion. We're talking about somebody that pretty much ran the 2010s. But either way, one thing that they forget is that a lot of these NBA players, I say a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them are risk takers. All right, and a lot of them do want to make something happen. Steph Curry can shoot under immense pressure, and he proved that by finally being able to do that by capturing his first Finals MVP. And he was able to work through all that criticism. I give him props because I was very critical of him. That's what put the icing on the cake in terms of him being in the GOAT conversation. Yes, I said it. Yes. If you want to argue me down and all this other stuff, top 5 and all that other stuff, we can have that argument about Steph Curry being above in there. Because if you're going to put LeBron in there, you definitely got to put Steph Curry in there. But that's a whole nother argument. We're not talking about that, okay? We are not talking about that, all right? Now, look, man. That's what people wanted to see, and if we want to go ahead and get, all political, we want to get all technical and stuff like that, people did want to see Steph Curry lose just so that, there could be a push for, females to be in the same, on the same court and merge leagues and all that other stuff. Come on, let's stop it, all right? Let's stop it. Look, I want to give a shout out to her for at least going out there and at least trying, because there are a lot of people that really thought that this wasn't going to live up to the hype. I was more interested in seeing this more than anything because they were like there was that uh-oh factor. They were like, oh no, could this happen and everything, and that's the kind of factor that people wanted to see when it came to the slam dunk contest. That's the kind of factor that people wanted to see when it came to the East and West. But I digress. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications. Until then, I'll get at y'all later.